Hello everyone, today we are breaking down the episode 2 preview for The Last of Us. But before that, remember to like the video, helps out the channel a lot, and subscribe, and yada yada yada, let's get to it. The first thing we see is Joel, Ellie, and Tess sneaking through a museum, avoiding infected, specifically a clicker. They call them that because they make a clicking sound. A clicker is someone who has been infected for a long time, for about a year. With prolonged exposure to the fungus, the cordyceps, they now possess strength that surpasses the average human. But the fungus that grows on their brain kind of leaks out, covering most of their face. So they can't see, they have to use echolocation to locate their next victims, which is what the clicking sound is used for. Ellie asks Joel if it is hard killing infected knowing they were people once. The group has quite the long journey ahead of them. They are currently in Boston and they have to go to Wyoming. This is a very far journey by car, let alone walking. She knows that she will have to take some infected down and kind of wants some reassurance that what she is doing is right. In the trailer, we see her about to kill an infected that is pinned down. Now, this may be before she asks Joel about the ethics of killing an infected, so she may just let it go since it's pinned, or put it out of its misery so it can rest in peace. In the next shot, we see skyscrapers destroyed and leaning upon one another. Ellie is amazed at what she sees. Remember, she has never left the Federa quarantine zone. She has never seen buildings like this. This is a whole new experience for her. Federa is the Federal Disaster Response Agency. It is basically the last form of government in the United States, so basically they run everything. Joel tells Ellie in a voiceover that he is taking her with him, but they should keep their histories to themselves. So he does not want to say anything about his daughter Sarah, because it is too painful of an experience to bring up. Also because he does not want to bond with Ellie. He wants to be closed off because he remembers what it was like to have somebody he cared for. And if he grows close with Ellie and something bad would happen, he would have to live through that experience again, which he does not want to do. In the next shot, we see Ellie and her friend Riley. People may recall that Marlene brought her name up in the first episode. Riley was part of the Fireflies. We see that the two are at a carnival together, then we see that Ellie has a fresh bite from an infected on her arm. So this scene is a flashback to when she was initially bit. In the first episode, Ellie states that she was bit 3 weeks prior to meeting Joel. In a voiceover, Joel tells her not to mention to anyone about her being immune. Since it would cause more problems, people would think they are insane and kill them anyway, best for it to be on the down low. In the next shot, we get our first look at Frank and Bill. You may recall in the first episode that Joel and Tess know these two. They help smuggle things into the city for them. In the games, we actually never get to see Frank, so this is cool, we get a face to put to the name. The two live in a town by themselves. Bill tells Frank that they will never have friends, because there are no friends to be had. So Bill is content with this life of solitude, and Frank wants to meet other people, to be a part of a community. We see Bill ram a fence with a pickup here. I'm not sure what this could be about, maybe some infected breached their little town. We also see a shot of Frank holding a gun and he seems to be in trouble. There is fire around him and he looks worried. In the next shot, we see a big group of people cheering. They seem to be pretty well equipped. They have assault rifles, though they do not look to be the military from their attire. We then see a shot of some guy getting a bottle broken over his head, so these people could be bad people, people who hunt others and loot their bodies once they are done with them. In the next shot, we are in Wyoming, and Joel has found his brother Tommy. As you can see, they have quite the community here. Tommy and Joel seem to be arguing a bit. Tommy has found a life here and is basically telling Joel that he needs to move on from Sarah's death and to start to live again. We meet two more characters that we will see in the weeks ahead, Sam and his older brother Henry. Now Henry seems to be communicating with his brother through sign language, so Sam may be deaf in this version, which is not the case in the games. In this shot, we see an infected known as a bloater. They are the rarest infected we will see in the show. Their skin is almost all covered in fungus, almost acting as an armor for them. It takes many shots to kill this creature. It takes multiple years exposed to the cordyceps brain infection for this being to be made. Like clickers, they are blind and use echolocation to track their prey. In the games, they throw like grenade things at you to deal damage. I'm not sure if that will be the case in the show or not. The last shot we see is Joel, and he has a rifle of some kind, and he looks like he is ready to use it. And that is the end of the trailer for the weeks ahead in The Last of Us. What do you think of the series so far? Leave it down in the comments below, and if you want more Last of Us content, please subscribe and like the video. Check out the Twitter link in the description below, and as always, have an awesome day.